So hello, this is Alma for the Managerial Coaching Certificate at Hult, New York. This is Karine. We're going to be doing a little coaching session. So how are you today, Karine?
Very good.
Oh yeah?
Yes.
You had a good weekend?
Very good weekend.
Celebrating
Pride.
Alright, perfect. So you know that we are recording this. Do you mind if I take a few notes?
No, of course.
Okay, perfect. So just to begin with a little bit, how is your upcoming week looking like?
I really don't have anything except for class on Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Okay. What class do you have?
Leading and thriving in the digital era.
How do you feel about that?
I'm a little scared because I know the end result is a TED Talk. So, yeah.
And do you have to prepare this in like 1 week?
No, Friday and Saturday.
Okay.
And then we give it on Sunday.
And why are you nervous about this?
Because I don't know. It seems scary because it's so big, and it's also like a beauty competition. So you're compared to the other teams that also give the presentations. Your grade is based on that.
Okay, I see. So, pretty much your goal for the upcoming week is to do this or prepare this TED Talk and
yes.
to get to there. Okay, perfect.
Pretty much.
All right, so
with a new team.
With a new team. Do you know your team already?
No.
Okay. So would you say it's important for you to succeed in this mission?
Yes.
Yes. And why is that?
Well, first of all, I want to succeed because I want to get the most out of the class. Yeah, and also I think it'll be a cool experience, and it'll be better if I succeed than if we fail at it, I feel like.
And how will you know that you have succeeded in this mission?
Well, how will I know? I feel like if I work well with my team and that we feel like we've succeeded, I mean, I feel like the grades isn't that important here because I said like it's a beauty competition, so some teams might do better, but we can still feel like we succeeded.
Okay. And how will you know that you have worked well with your team?
Well, how will I know? Well, first of all, with some other teams that I've had here, it's been hard because there's very like cultural differences, and it's super hard to work intensely with a team that you don't know, and you meet them on Friday and you deliver on Sunday. So I think if we just all like get along and we actually figure out what to do and who's gonna do what, and nobody fights, then I think we'll be good.
So if you get along, if you don't have arguments, or if you...
I mean, not. I mean, we can have arguments, but just that we're on the same page and that we know what the end goal is, and that we all want to do the same thing. Because sometimes it's very, very hard with some people who want to do completely different things than what you want to do, and think like what they think is successful is something else that I might think is good. You know.
So if you think about your past teams, how have you? What have you done in the past to like feel successful and like making a team work together?
Definitely communication. For at least for the past team that worked very well, we like sat down and had a long we had a meeting only about, we talked about ourselves, like our strengths, our weaknesses. We talked about how we like to work. Some people like to work individually, some people like to work in a team the whole time. So we just established like boundaries and stuff from the beginning, and we all like kind of knew that okay, we divide the work and then you like to go home and work, but the rest of us will stay and work together even though we work on individual stuff,
Okay, I see. So from where you stand right now, you're pretty much like foreseeing this sort of like project that you have to do, but you don't know your team yet, you don't know what to expect.
Yeah, I don't know what it's about.
Don't know what it's about, okay. And you want to reach this by the end of the week, that you will have a sort of well-working team that like works effectively together.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So you talked about like establishing communication and talking about things beforehand. If you think about your options for this week, like how can you make sure this happens? How can you make sure that...
Well, I guess on Friday when we meet for the first time, we will have to try and just get to know each other. And I mean, yeah, pretty fast since we don't have much time.
Okay. Do you think is anything that could happen, or is there anything that could happen that could make your team unsuccessful at this? Like, is there,
definitely.
Like, some sort of...
I mean, if people don't show up or people don't contribute, and it's also like a weekend class, so I mean, you don't know if people are actually going to want to stay and work after class. I mean, you never know.
So from your past experiences, this has been sort of the...
For some of the teams I've had here in New York, yeah, it's like there's always been like one or two that just don't contribute.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And how can you counter that if this happens?
How can we counter that?
Yeah.
Well, I guess in the beginning, you know, just talk about it and make sure that people have the same expectations of like how much work they're willing to put in, and then kind of hold people accountable for what they've said in the beginning.
Perfect. Do you have any contact already, like with these people that you're going to be working with?
I don't know who they are. I don't know who they are. I don't know. They haven't released the team, so I have no idea who I'm working with.
All right. So just to summarize a little bit, you have this upcoming project that you're going to be working on with people that you don't know yet, but you have a fairly established tool set to kind of come into this. You have past experiences that you can build on. You have been successful in the past building teams, and you know what it is that kind of like could make it go successfully or like unsuccessfully. Now I'm just thinking, how confident are you that you're going to be able to achieve your goal by the end of the week to have a successful project with a team that is well cooperative?
Well, I think that it will be. I think that we will be successful because I mean, there's always, if there's a team of 6 people, for sure 4 people are gonna work. So if 2 people don't come, like I know that like 4 people will still be able to do it, you know. So I feel like it'll be good. It'll be okay.
Perfect. And what can you do to keep yourself accountable so that you will contribute the most to this project?
Contribute the most? I guess just put aside time, clear my weekend, and like commit to this class and prepare for everything beforehand. Do all the readings and all the preparations.
Perfect. All right. Exciting week ahead.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for taking the time to do this with me.
Thank you.
All right, and good luck.